Hello, Lane, can you hear me?
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hey guys.
Hi, Lane.
Hey Pooja. Hey Hugo. Hey William. Why is there two of me? Oh, I think I know what's going on.
Hey, Lane, I think I'm hijacking your account, mate.
Yeah, I thought that's what was going on. Hey Brett, how are you? How's your trip home?
Yeah, good, mate. How are you going?
Pretty good. Just got into Berlin. It wasn't actually that bad, so Australia doesn't feel quite as far.
Fantastic, man.
Still a long trip, but
I'm happy to run through the agenda. Update on ProgPower. Do you have anything to give on an update, Charles?
Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure what the current timeline is, but the proposal for the audit has been essentially updated and the funds are coming in, and we're pretty much at the point where we're going to start rolling the audit out. But I'd leave it to Hudson to get into more of the details for that. We spoke with Lease Authority last week to hammer out the scope of the things that they can handle in terms of the hardware side of things, because they're more focused on security and the contracts and all of that. And we were looking at essentially the hardware aspects of the audit that we crucially need. And they're just finalizing that and getting back to us.
Okay. Cool. Hard fork coordination update. Do you have anything to add, Charles or Pooja?
Yeah, I have something to add on here, but I'm wondering, like, Tim is missing here. So here's the thing, like, I have proposed that EIP 1929, in which I have documented everything that we discussed in our previous calls about how we should go about this hard fork coordination for future. But it is being, it is getting into some kind of controversy because of some 1852, PR 1852. It's like Boris is saying that my work is duplicate of PR 1852, which essentially says that there is an edit in EIP 233. If we go by the EIP 233, we see that the process is similar. Like, I'm getting really confused over here. Like, we were asked to propose a process how we should streamline this thing, and I was doing the same thing. Like, in the first meeting, as an action item, it was like, Pooja, is there an action item? Then that needs to be converted as a GitHub issue. I did the same thing, and again, it's listed as something duplicated. So I'm not sure if I need to pull out the EIP or how we should take it further.
Okay, and was it Boris who was saying that it was a duplication?
I'll just share the link that would give more insight of that.
That would be super, thank you.
Yeah. So here is the update that is done in EIP 233, which was done, I guess, last Friday after the call. We were discussing this in all core dev call, and after that, Boris said that it's not right. This is not, they say is this is a similar thing, so we should not, we should be following this process of EIP 233. But what I have suggested in 1929, it is like the extension of 233. So I'm going to share that copy as well. So what is there in that proposal?
Okay.
Here is the proposal that I've submitted. So basically, it states that the process should be, we should submit an issue in EIP GitHub, and that would be picked up by cat herder, listed here in cat herder folder that we have created to list all the EIPs that is being proposed. But I received a comment from Nick Johnson saying that usage of EIP GitHub may not be appropriate. In response, I suggested we can use this as in cat herder GitHub to place the issue, and we will pick it up and we'll close the issue as it is picked up, and then we will follow the process along. So I'm not sure what to do with this now, because EIP 233 does not state these things clearly even after the addition. It just states the basic thing that we discussed in the very first call when we initiated with the hard fork process. I guess there was something written by Tim, only the thing that we have discussed, this is the outline, and that is there added there. So it's not in a concrete shape. That's my thought process, but you guys are welcome to have a look and then let us know that we should move ahead with EIP 1929, or should I pull it back?
That sounds like we probably need to have a sit down with Tim, Boris, yourself, and the hard fork coordinators to work through this. I'm assuming you're not going to Berlin to the meetup, so we might need to have a call to work out what do we do going forward here.
Yeah, just to add a point there, I recall that we agreed in the kind of hard fork coordination group on picking someone who can help like see us all through, that it would kind of pick up and have another call after the Berlin meetings to regroup and talk about the ideas of that have been discussed in terms of more constant smaller forks or the big releases and all of that. So I think it will be picking up after the meeting in Berlin.
Yeah, I tried to connect with Boris about this, I'm talking about the initial days. Then he pointed me out to Tim that Tim is doing the things. So Tim was always there in the meeting. So I thought we are coordinating, but on Friday I felt differently that there's some communication gap, and that's why I wanted to discuss it over here.
Okay. Unfortunately, with Tim not being on the call.
Yeah, I think it would be better when we are back. When those guys are back from Berlin meeting, and when Tim is also there, because he is the mutual person, may be able to give more information about what is going on here.
Yep. Agreed. Okay, so I'll leave that as an action item to perhaps set up a meeting for a call after the Berlin meetup. Rachel, would you be so kind as to arrange for that meeting?
Yeah, Charles last time discussed, and we decided that we will be having the meeting after the Berlin meeting, maybe on Wednesday, like next day of ECH meeting, I guess.
Okay, so 2 weeks time, Wednesday?
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Not 2 weeks. I think next Wednesday it is planned, right, Charles?
Yeah, I mean, I believe it was just a tentative date, but yeah, that sounds good to me. We can coordinate in the Gitter channel. You can take note of that, Brett.
Of course.
Yep. Cool. Thank you. Next one, do we have Joseph on the call? Hugo? Moloch DAO and Aragon Review. Can you speak to this at all, Hugo?
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't finding the mute. So if I am not mistaken, I think Joseph shared a document through the Gitter channel, um, making a small summary of how Moloch DAO works. So yeah, unfortunately he's not on the call, so I can't speak for him. But I'm guessing that this is the document we were expecting. This is for those of you who don't remember, the idea behind this was just to produce a small document to consume internally. So that was not meant to be shared. It was just meant to inform the cat herders about how Moloch DAO works, and so that we get to understand how it works and maybe think of ways that we can engage with it. So that's as far as I know.
To that point, I think that Joseph was thinking that it could be a good idea to create a proposal for the Ethereum developers network or portal to Moloch with this specification attached to it. And that also leads to the next agenda topic. But I think that we could also brainstorm of other ideas on how we can get involved or how we would like to promote it or engage with another type of DAO or use our own DAO, and all of these different things are some things that we could have casual conversation around.
Yes, definitely.
Do we want to continue the discussion on the Gitter?
I mean, if we have some specific proposal around how to engage with either Moloch or any other DAO, I think we should discuss it here. If there's no specifics and it's just an open conversation, maybe we should have it in Gitter. What do you think?
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Apart from the idea to create a cat herder proposal, yeah, I don't know of any other ideas. That's probably worth keeping that discussion on Gitter.
I mean, am I getting this right? I mean, right now, the basic idea is just we're trying to see how we might utilize either Moloch or create our own Aragon DAO for the cat herders, or this is supposed to have a larger sphere of influence?
So I think so far these are two separate things. So one is the experiments we've been doing with the Aragon DAO for the Ethereum cat herders. So that's one thing. And a different one is how, as cat herders, we might engage with DAOs such as Moloch. Meaning maybe we have some proposals to submit, etc.
All right, got it.
Just a quick note, the way I see it is, as Ethereum cat herders are right in the middle of the Ethereum coordination process, whether that's for AIPs or even if it's for audits, etc. I think we should, some way or the other, be able to engage with these DAOs so that we can somehow just help the community move some initiatives forward. And I think we should look for the best way to do that.
Okay. Anything else on the subject of the Moloch DAO or Aragon review? We'll carry on with the next agenda item. Just the update on the actions for the Constantinople post-mortem. Pedro or Charles, do you have any updates?
Yeah, so I was going through the project board, and where is it? There it this. So right now there's 8 to do and 2 in progress. So the 2 in progress are the create the emergency comms team, for which would deal with things such as a postponement of another type of network upgrade, or anything that is worth getting the word out quickly and having kind of proactive approach as opposed to retroactive. And so there was a community comms team that was formalized during the constant Apple emergency postponement on Telegram. So essentially we just reach out to those people and get their approval to be added to this list to contact, so we can form a group in the future. So that isn't too big of a task. The next one was that seemed to be more appropriate for the next couple of while is the creating a formalized process for reviewing, monitoring, and analyzing EIPs and their potential effects across the entire stack. So EVM vs existing developer assumptions. And I believe that kind of works into what Pooja has been working on. So I'm going to kind of tag her on that, and we can kind of formalize some sort of document or process there if she would like. And then the next one would be, where was it? Oh, so just the idea around incentivizing more developer tools across the ecosystem and having that developer tool readiness to be taken into account when planning a hard fork date, like we will over the next couple months, and having a release for the 2-3 most used tools. I mean, we talked about this I guess it was more than a couple calls ago. Just having some sort of chat around that would be great. But overall, these action items are open to anyone to start tackling. We can partner up and sync or pair together to create these rubrics, templates, teams, and whatever. It's just more of, if you have that bandwidth, jump in and start making some contributions, or message me and we can chat about it. But from this point right now, there's only 2 in progress.
Is it worth advertising these action items out to the wider community to potentially get them their assistance with working on this?
Yeah, so that can be up to all of us to decide. I think that we could link issues to each of the to-dos, because some of them don't necessarily involve really technical knowledge of Ethereum, and they're more just high-level process documents or rubrics that they can play around with and submit as PRs. So yeah, I think that's not a bad idea.
Cool.
I'm not very clear about what the second item is. You mentioned the developer tool. Yeah, about the developer tools, I'm not sure I really understand what that is.
So I don't want to say the word standardize, but incentivize some of the developer tools that certain teams use when working on these processes or their current implementations of, for example, like the tools they use when working on the code that they are submitting for an EIP, or just things like that. I'd have to reference back to the report to give you more information on that, but from what I recall, that's the high level gist of it.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Charles, I would love to coordinate with you on that process implementation thing that you discussed.
Sweet. So what does everyone think about opening them up as issues or linking them to issues and having external community get involved with them? Or we can just discuss which ones we'd want to make issues and go from there.
I think that's a great idea. I mean, certainly looking through and reviewing the action items, there will be tasks that we'll be able to easily break down and push out as community issues. Certainly talking to some of the guys at EdCon, there are some guys that are keen to start helping out. If we start putting issues out, we'll soon enough find out who's actually willing to help and who's not.
Just because we have a small crowd here now, you might also want to publicize it on the internal channel, the Gitter or the Telegram for the cat herders. It could be there's other cat herders who would be interested also.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Very
it's
well.
definitely the starting point.
And just on a personal note, I'm like, things are just a bit crazy for me for the next couple of weeks. After that, though, I would love to jump in, but I can just be in touch with you about that.
Yeah, no worries. Like I mentioned, if you have bandwidth, go ahead, explore around, and but if not, it's totally just up to us to keep chugging away at this stuff.
Okay. Moving on, Charles, Ethereum development portal. Do you have any updates on that?
Oh yeah. So the document of what we want has the general content and structure. I was planning on maybe creating a proposal for Moloch, but that was just an idea shot out by someone from the group. And I've been gathering a group of people such as Anthony. Actually, before I get to that, I did speak with Josh about the Ethereum.org website, and we confirmed that there's no overlap between what we're working on and how it would actually be a good resource to link to. So that gives essentially the green light to start going at it and creating a more formalized requirements doc, and bringing together people such as Nina, who built the play.ethereum kind of testing environment with some demos, etc., and Anthony from ETHub for content, and a couple others such as James Young who has worked on Moloch, the front end, and a bunch of other people. We're all going to get together and start just going at it in the near future, or hopefully this week. I don't know. There's no timeline there. It's because we have no agenda, but it's looking good.
That's awesome, mate. Okay. Any other business? Is that all right? Yeah. Any other business? No. Cool.
Just, if I may, no worries. Just about the website, Helen proposed to have a call next week, same time as today. So if anyone is like keen to help out, basically sharing some ideas about what to do exactly with the website, that would be very much appreciated. Yeah, I'm happy to lead with it, if so to speak, and actually work on the code. But I would like if I can have some ideas around, what exactly it should end up looking like. That's all.
Okay, so you're looking to have a call next week, Tuesday, 2 p.m.
Yes, exactly. And for the moment, it's just Helen and I. So please, those of you who have some ideas, either join the call or share those ideas with me. That would be very helpful.
Awesome. If you could just drop something in the Getter channel just to let people know to get invited to your call or to drop ideas, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, I will. Thanks.
Okay. Any other items? No. Okay. Review of action items from meeting 9. Joseph to post an updated communications checklist for the ECH internal Getter channel. I don't believe he's done that yet, so we'll just leave that for now. Hugo and Joseph to work on a general write-up of the Moloch DAO, how it might benefit the Ethereum community. Joseph's done that, so I'll say that is done. Hudson to provide feedback on hard fork coordinators, that's still in play. Cat herders to look at the handbook by Luke Skun and discuss it over the next couple of weeks. I'm assuming there's no update from anyone here. I unfortunately haven't had an opportunity to really do a deep dive myself, so I'm hoping to do that this week and next. Action item 8.6, Preacher to engage with Charles and Hugo regarding the website. Preacher, I'm assuming you'll be on the call giving ideas to Hugo as he suggested.
Yeah, it was done last week only, like I have told.
Okay. Cool. Hudson to work with Charles to make a post about the ProgPower audit. Has that been done, Charles?
Oh, sorry, can you repeat that, Brett?
Hudson was going to work with you to make it, put out a post regarding the ProgPower audit.
Oh, yeah, right. So we probably won't post until the audit has begun.
Okay. Cool. I'll leave that for now. 9.2, Pooja to create a draft for the process of hard forks and submit it as a pull request. That was from the last meeting that we spoke about, Pooja. I'm assuming that's what you were talking. Same one. I'll say that's done for now, but obviously we're going to have a meeting now to discuss what we should be doing going forward with regards to the hard forks after the Berlin meeting.
Yeah.
You to set up the website or do some work around the website. That's in the meeting as mentioned. So I'll just remove that and put that as done for now, knowing that we've got a meeting coming up. The multi-sig wallet, have we looked at separating the funds or instituting a multi-sig 2 of 3? Charles? Lane? Lane's dropped off, so Charles.
No, sorry, I was muted.
No worries.
Yeah, I don't think we've bumped the. Oh yeah, we have bumped the multi-sig to 2 of 3. Yes, and we haven't tested it yet, but there is an issue up for a 50 DAI refund for paying for the Alcor dev notes note taking. So we'll proceed with using the 2 of 3 model from now on.
Okay, cool. So the 2 of 3 model is there. We just haven't separated the funds between ProgPower and normal cat herder funds. Is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Okay, I'll leave it as an outstanding action item. Okay, guys. Next meeting, 30th of April. That's 2 weeks' time. I think that's it.
Sounds good.
Thank you very much, everybody.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, be well.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.